Hey, what's up guys, Team 3D. This video is going to be a really important video. I don't have to be in class until, I have 30 more minutes until my next class. I have 3 classes today. Hopefully, thankfully, no jobs. I'm off from both jobs today, which is a miracle. So all I have to do is go to 3 classes and that's it. And it's also my off day from the gym, so I figured I'd take the time to make this video for you guys. Now, I've been planning to do this a long time ago, but I said I really don't have time. And it was gonna be a long video. This is meant to be a long video, so you don't have to worry about the fucking timer going off or anything like that. But guys, this is really important. If I were you, I would pause the video. Like, I'm dead serious. I'll pause the video, get rid of all the distraction, all the noise, cut the music down, kick your brother or little sister out of the fucking room. You just finished smashing your girlfriend, tell her to wait outside, whatever it is. You need to focus, take this in, pull out a notepad, and write this down. You gotta hear something at least 5 times before it sinks into your fucking brain, because we really stubborn motherfuckers. We really stubborn people. You gotta listen to something more than once for it to sink into your brain. And the best way to do that is write the shit down. When you listen to something and you get inspired, write it down. Write down exactly what inspired you. Alright? This way, after you're done watching the video, you could always go back to it and read and get re-inspired. Now, the topic of this video is how to stay inspired. 10 ways to stay inspired. Now, this is my 10 ways. This is how I stay inspired, because real talk, guys, without inspiration, man, inspiration is something that needs to be renewed. It needs to be renewed. You cannot win Friday's battle with Monday's inspiration. It's not going to happen. You cannot go to war on Thursday with the inspiration you got on Tuesday. You got to renew it every single day. Otherwise, you get burnt out, you get overloaded, and you just quit. You know, a wise man once said, he said, people don't get tired. People don't get burnt out and fail because they're trying too few things. In fact, they get tired and burnt out because they're trying too many, right? And if you don't have the right inspiration to just keep renewing your spirit and your mind and your body, you're gonna fucking crash. Trust me, I know. That's how you get depressed, and that's how you just give up on everything. So you gotta stay inspired. Everything created has a rejuvenation. I hate that fucking word. Process. You gotta keep. Even your car, you have to keep refilling that motherfucker. You gotta get your oil changed. You gotta put gas in that bitch. Your body, you have to eat. Everything needs to be refueled. Inspiration needs to be fed every single morning, every single day. These are my 10 ways of staying inspired. Not just motivated, inspired. There's a difference between inspiration and motivation. I like to say inspiration begins the journey, motivation endures the journey, and determination finishes the journey. So you need inspiration to begin, and then you need motivation to keep going, and determination to finish. But obviously, those 3 things need to be fed every single day, and it needs to be, anyway, instead of beating dead fucking horses, I wrote down the list. This way I won't keep repeating myself, because that's one thing I do a lot, because I really believe that you gotta say shit more than once for people to fucking understand. Alright, so I wrote it down. This way I'm not gonna go back to the same topic. This is how I personally, first of all, a journal. You gotta have a fucking notepad, man. It's a fucking $1, guys. Go to the store, get you a journal. What you wanna do is you wanna journal your day. As the day goes on, you wanna write down every minute detail. Not every little detail, like I took a shit at 3:52 p.m. and it was extremely painful and the water splashed on my ass. Not shit like that. But you wanna detail important situations, important moments, highlights of your day. Every time you were inspired during that day, you want to write down exactly what inspired you. You know what I mean by that is, for example, you talking to your friend and you see something and it just gives you that burst in spirit. You just feel like achieving something. Catch that, write that down. Whatever it was that inspired you, you want to write that down. This way you could go back to it later and get inspired. So, but for this to happen, you need to journal your day. You need to write down everything that happens as your day goes on. You need to write down the foods that you ate. You need to write down. I mean, if you're a bodybuilder, which is what this channel is really about, but it also applies to other aspects of life. If you're a bodybuilder, you should already have a fucking journal. I shouldn't even be telling you this. So journal your day. In my other video, I mentioned about how kings back in ancient days, they would have scribes that would journal every single event of their lives, and they would go back to it and go back and see their mistakes and see their progress and keep track of stuff like that. And when they would die, they would pass it down to their sons, and the son will have the wisdom of his father because it's all documented on paper. You gotta document your own life. You gotta be your own fucking scribe. You gotta think as if you were a king, and your every day matters. Every day comes filled with opportunities and lessons, life lessons. There's 24 hours in the fucking day, guys. In 24 hours, there's so many opportunities, and if you don't document the shit that you're doing every day, you'll miss out on so many things. You know, it's true that you want to have your eye on the future and the goal that you want to accomplish, but like I always say, tomorrow is an illusion. We living in today. Today is the most important day of your life, literally, because right now you're watching this video. Yesterday doesn't count. Tomorrow's not even here yet. It's today. So you want to document everything today has to offer. You know, I always like to compare this to like a fisherman that's fishing, and he heard that, hey, somebody tells him, hey guys, man, there's a lot of fish 3 miles down the lake. You gotta go down 3 miles down the river. There's a lot of fish there. And he's like, oh shit, I gotta get there. So he cranks his boat and he's speeding there, and he forgets to realize that as he's driving there, there's plenty of fish that he's going by. Like, there's plenty of fish under his boat that he doesn't even notice because he's too busy trying to get to the destination. So he overlooks all the fish that are around him. That's a lot. That's the mistake that we commit when we always looking at tomorrow and we forget about the opportunities that we have today. So like I said, journal your day, and as a fisherman, grab every little piece of inspiration you see, every little piece of motivation you see, every little, you know, wisdom nugget, right? So that's the first thing you want to do. Also, when you journal your day, write down. You should do this like literally. You should do this right now after you watch this video. Write down 3 things that inspire you. 3 things, just 3 things. 3 things that inspire you. Everybody's different. What inspires me may not inspire you. You know, it could be a song. It could be your father. It could be your mother. It could be your brother. It could be a movie. Anything. I don't care how crazy it is. As long as it inspires you and renews your strength, write down those 3 things. If you want to write more than 3, that's fine, but I would say just write down 3 things that inspire you on a big piece of paper and stick it on your wall. Every time you get up in the morning, you want to look at those 3 things and visualize, and just let that, you know, sink deep into you so that it, you know, it revives you, right? People, like I said, people are inspired by different things. You know, like you ever happen to you when you try to show somebody a song that you really like, and you're like, oh man, I can't wait for you to hear this song, and they listen to it and they're like, okay. You know, you thinking, what the fuck? How are you not pumped up by this song? You know, like, what inspires you may not inspire somebody else. So find 3 things that inspire you and write those things down. Because you know why? Because tell me, if 3 things inspire you, if there are 3 things that inspire you, shouldn't you want to be surrounded by those things every fucking morning? When you get out of bed, that should be the first thing on your mind, is whatever inspires you. This way, it will keep you going. It's amazing how we get up in the morning and we just go about our business, brush our teeth, take a shower, and leave the house without even, you know, we fueling our inspiration. So find 3 things that inspire you, locate those things, and put them on your wall. Next, write down 3 things that anger you, 3 things that fuel your rage bucket. Watch my video on the rage bucket if you haven't. Write down 3 things that make you pissed off as hell. Why? Because this is how you're gonna decide what your dream is. Anybody, the reason why I say dominance, discipline, direction. What is direction? Direction is your dream, your goal, what you want to accomplish, the direction you're heading. If you don't have a dream, you just existing, man. You're just wasting fucking oxygen. You gotta have a dream that you want to accomplish. It's what's gonna help you get motivation, because inspiration begins the journey, like I said. Motivation endures the journey. As long as you have a dream, you'll get hit and keep moving forward, like Rocky fucking said. You gotta have a dream, and in order to know your dream, it's easy. Find out the 3 things that anger you, the 3 things that piss you off. Your dream is gonna be trying to conquer those things. It's gonna be trying to overcome those things. I don't care what it is. One guy asked, I told him, hey, what's one of the things that anger you? He says, I lost my ex-girlfriend. You could write that down. If that angers you, then that's gonna motivate you to become a better person, a better whatever, to improve your physique. I don't know what it is, man. Whatever it's gonna cost you to, whatever you're gonna have to do to get back what you lost, you know. Or like I said, anything that angers you is a secret to keeping yourself motivated. You gotta stay motivated and look at the things that anger you. Anger is not a negative feeling. People say, oh, anger is so bad. If it was that bad, we wouldn't have been creative with it. Anger is very good if you know how to use it. Anger is good. It's a good fuel. It's a good thing. It's a good way to motivate yourself. Look at cars. Cars cannot operate without gasoline. Before cars were fucking invented, gasoline was useless. You know, right? Well, it was actually used for fire and things like that, but it wasn't as important as it is now. Anger is not as bad as people say it is. It's not as bad if you know how to harness and control it. Use your anger to fuel your dream. So write down 3 things that anger you and put down your fucking page. When you get up in the morning, on your wall. When you get up in the morning, you look at what inspires you, and then you look at what angers you, and you combine inspiration and motivation, and you have the recipe for a fucking beast. Next, list. That should also be on your wall or in your bedroom, whatever. List the people that believe in you. It sounds cliche and cheesy, but trust me, really, when somebody believes in you, it gives you a certain strength that you can't get from anybody else. When you have a little brother that looks up to you, I don't have one, but when you have, like, I used to work with kids, and when you have kids that look up to you, or you have people that see you as a role model, it gives you strength. It gives you supernatural strength, actually, because you don't want to let them down, and it gives you a sense of dignity. Hey, people are looking up to me, people counting on me to succeed, and it keeps you going. So write down a piece of paper all the people that believe in you. Me, I personally write down God, because I really believe that God believes in me, because I'm a fucked up individual, and he keeps me breathing every fucking day. Even though I'm not religious, I don't go to church, I hate religions and all that, but I do believe in the higher source. That's a whole different topic. And I really believe that for me, for him to wake me up every fucking morning, even though I make all these mistakes, he must have invested something in me that he wants returning. He must have invested something in me. He must trust me enough to keep me up every fucking day. Same thing with you. He could have made you a fucking roach, whether you believe in God or not. You could have been a roach or a fucking butterfly. You could have been a fucking ant. But you were made a human being with a fucking brain and with, that much potential. That means somebody, whoever made you, believes in you. So write down the list of all the people that believe in you. Your mom, dad, I don't care who it is. Write that down. Put that in your fucking room. So you look at it every day. Every time you feel like quitting, you go, whoa, they believe in me. They see me as a role model. I cannot let them down. All right. Next one is the 3-minute rule. Write that down, the 3-minute rule. Anything that you don't feel like doing, anything you don't feel, procrastination is the killer of dreams, right? Procrastination is the killer of dreams. When you procrastinate, forget it, you're done. The 3-minute rule defeats procrastination. What's the 3-minute rule? If you have something to do that you really don't want to do, like read a chapter, read a book, whatever. If you tell yourself, I'm only going to do it for 3 minutes, put your timer, start, begin. In 3 minutes after you get this done. It gives you a rush of excitement, and if you have a competitive nature, it makes you want to challenge yourself, and you hurry up and you try to get it done in 3 minutes. And when 3 minutes hits, of course you're not going to be done, but believe it or not, you're going to keep going, because you already started. It's called the law of, I call it the law of momentum. Once you build momentum, it becomes easy to keep going. The problem with procrastination is we don't want to start because it's boring, we hate it. But when you know you're only going to do it for 3 minutes, you don't have no problem starting. And once you start, you trick yourself into, continuing. So the 3-minute rule is an excellent way to get rid of procrastination. If you got to read a chapter, you don't want to read it, just tell yourself, I'm only going to do it for 3 minutes. Ready? 1, 2, 3, begin. When 3 minutes hit, beep, 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 you can stop if you want, but 99.9% of the time, you'll want to keep going. And believe it or not, you get stuff done by starting out with the 3-minute rule. Next. Rest. You got to have a day out of the week. What I personally do is I have 7 days out of the week. I have Dominance Day. I'm going to make a video on that. Discipline Day, Direction Day. Then the day after that's a day of rest. Then I go again, Dominance, Discipline, Direction. You got to have a day where you just don't do shit. Believe it or not. The hardest thing to do is to rest. And it's really the most important thing. Your body needs rest. And not only it needs it, it deserves it. Think about this shit your body goes through every fucking day, man. Your mind, your brain, your body needs rest. It's a day where you don't do homework. You don't fucking wash the dishes. You don't do anything. Pick a day where you just slouch. Once a week. Where you just, if you want to skip your shower, skip it. Stay home, relax, watch your favorite movies, play your favorite video games, nothing challenging. Give yourself that rush. Eat whatever you want to eat. A day where you just indulge in pleasure. What's going to happen? Not only are you going to refuel yourself, you're going to reward yourself for your hard work, but the day after that, you're going to be revived and ready to go because you're going to feel bad. You're going to be like, oh, yesterday I was a complete douchebag. I didn't do anything. And it's going to fuel your rage bucket, give you enough energy to go for another 3 days of Dominance, Discipline, Direction. So every 3 days, I take a break. 3 days, Dominance, Discipline, Direction, break. Dominance, Discipline, Direction, break. Keep doing that. You need that day of rest. It's so crucial, so important. How long is this video? I don't want to look because I might just stop. The next day is 3 things that make you different. Write down, I do this a lot. I write down just 3 things that make me different from other people. 3 things that I see as my strengths. Everybody's different. It could be you know how to do handstand push-ups. I don't know. Anything. It could be the most insignificant thing. Your team won a basketball game. You had a great game on Saturday. Whatever. Write down 3 things that make you special, that make you stand out. It's important to remember those things. I call it the law of remembrance. You have to remind yourself of past victories. If you don't remind yourself of past victories, you're going to feel like you useless some days. You're going to get up and be like, man, I'm worth nothing. My life is useless. When really, if you had a list of all your accomplishments, you realize you a beast. Like, you a baby monster. You have accomplished a lot of things in your fucking life. Anybody that's watching this, you accomplish a lot of things. You don't even remember half of them. You can only list like 2 out the top of your head because you don't write them down. Write down your accomplishments. Write down 3 things that make you different. 3 things that make you stand out. Whether it's a body part, an ability, whatever it is. Put that on your wall too. So when you get up, you have all those lists of all those things that inspire you, that motivate you, that anger you, and 3 things that make you different. This way you know that you're unique. Because believe it or not, you are. I'm not trying to just pump you up. You are unique. Think about it. 6 billion people on the fucking planet. How many people share your fingerprints? Just you. How many people look just like you? Just you. Unless you're a fucking twin. You alone in this world. You are unique. There was nobody before you that looked like you. There will be nobody after you that's the same as you. You went through your own pain, your own suffering, your own experiences. You are fucking unique. When you die, over. That's it. There's no copy of you. Nobody's gonna be able to clone you. So you're unique. Make sure you remember that. The next law, the law of elimination. That's the most important law. I hope this video is still fucking playing, man. I'll be pissed. Okay. How long is this? Oh shit, 15 minutes. Alright guys, I'm gonna make a part 2. Law of elimination is yeah. Grab a garbage can, go to your room, get rid of all the shit that has nothing to do with your dream. All the shit all the posters and pictures that have nothing to do with your dream or your fucking your goal, get rid of it. You don't want to get distracted. Distraction will kill you. Last one is your fuel station. Your room should have all those things listed everywhere. Every time you walk into your room, it should be your rejuvenation chamber. It should be your fuel station. All right, guys. The video's too fucking long. I'm gonna make a part 2. I'm gonna try to edit this shit to make it shorter, but subscribe.